Hi, good morning. Welcome back to Create, Share, Inspire podcast. I'm Kristin Omdahl. This is episode 315, I believe, and we're here live in Southwest Florida, waiting on the sun to rise over the buildings and the trees to the east. And this is the Gulf of Mexico behind me. If you're joining me live, please say hello and let me know if you're crafting this morning. I'm a little out of breath, and I know I'm 4 minutes late, so I apologize for that. You know how it just goes sometimes in the morning. Marlon needed something printed before we left and didn't leave any extra time in order to do it. Then the document he gave me would not convert to landscape from portrait, and it was a spreadsheet, so it was like, Anyway, and then I already had my bike packed up for riding my bike to the beach, so I didn't have everything in the car. And by the time I got back from dropping him off, I knew it was going to be close, and I thought, well, if I hustle, I'll be fine. And turns out hustling got me here 4 minutes late anyway, so I apologize for that. Looks like I'm not seeing comments this morning, which is such a bummer, but I see a lot of people are here, so thank you for joining me. I hope you had a great weekend. Let's see, what did I post this weekend that I could explain to you? Well, you already know about Create Zen with Kristin. I did my first episode last week, and coming up with a bunch of other fun places to go. I'm sure we'll do sunset often, but I thought it'd be fun to try to sprinkle in some other natural locations around Florida, around my area. Hi, baby. Good morning. One of our bird friends are here. That's always nice. I'm wearing the Desna Shrug this morning, and I'll show you about that in a minute. And the video for the Desna Shrug will be uploaded at some point today, where I'm going to teach you how to do this gorgeous knit stitch pattern that definitely has a crochet vibe to it. It's done with yarn over right twist and yarn over left twist on opposite right side rows. Very, very cool stitch pattern, and something I think you'll enjoy for cowls or scarves or wraps, and also for the Desna Shrug. What else? So I also brought the Jillian Shrug with me. I had a few questions over the weekend about the actual color of this one, and it is definitely more teal than blue. This is color Lagoon in Be So Tender yarn. It is a teal color, but it is on the blue side of the blue-green of teal, and I thought you might want to see it next to blue. This is a royal blue in my dress, royal and navy, and sometimes when you see a color next to another color, you can start to pick up on the differences. Kind of like when you're deciding if something is navy or black, best thing to do is put it up next to navy or black, right? As soon as you do, you'll know right away. So you can see this is definitely more teal than blue when you see it next to blue. This one is in Seafoam, which is another color of Be So Tender organic cotton that's worsted weight. What else was I going to say about that? Not sure. What else am I going to work on today? Oh, if you follow me in Instagram or Facebook, you'll know that I've been working very hard on the tutorial for doing our mandala motifs in an Afghan. I decided to do each motif as a step out for the 9 motifs. So I have one done with 1 row, 2 rows, 3 rows, 4 rows. And the reason I did that is because it's a really popular style for Pinterest posts, to have the steps of a project laid out side by side to show someone that the tutorial will have those steps included. And I thought with the brilliant colors of those motifs, it'll be a really striking photo. So spent a lot of time working on that this weekend. Much of it was done in the car, actually. Marlon was going to visit some friends, and the drive to drop him off and the amount of time he was going to stay didn't make sense for doing 2 round trips, so I decided I've got yarn, I've got an audiobook, it's nice outside, I'll roll the windows down and work from a parking lot. So I did that for a couple hours on Saturday? Yeah, Saturday. Oh yeah, because yesterday I started working on some beaded jewelry pieces with Be So Fine yarn and a B/1 crochet hook, which if you're more familiar with metric, that's 2.25 millimeters. I got 90% done with my project and my crochet hook disappeared. Seriously. So I think I set it down to go make dinner. I made dinner, came back, wanted to finish up the projects. I was so happy that I got so much of it done. Couldn't find it. I tore the house apart last night. I tore out, and I worked on the couch, so I tore open the couch, tore up the rug, looked in every room around that room, thinking because of the tile floor it could have gotten kicked across the room. It's completely missing. It is the only size bead hook that I have. So I actually had to break down about 9 o'clock last night, give up, and order a new one on Amazon. Couldn't believe it. And because it's a weird size, it doesn't come in a great kit, so I had to buy it individually. Anyway, that'll be here tomorrow and I can finish that project. Can't wait to show it to you. It's going to be so pretty. What else am I working on? Don't know. Bummer that I can't see your comments this morning. Let's take a look at the beach though. It's really pretty here. So we've got our waves crashing rather frequently this morning, making great noises. Oh, I'll tell you about my earrings in a minute too. And then here's the beach to the south of us. Got quite a few walkers, people enjoying it. It's about 60 degrees out here. It's the big fireball coming up in the sky. Here's the beach to the north of us. Pretty quiet down here. No, there's a few walkers. There's a few. The hardest part about riding my bike here is riding past people with dogs. I always worry about riding past dogs on my bike because I know dogs don't like bikes, and I'm always worried about getting attacked as I go by and getting knocked off my bike. Probably shouldn't worry about it. That doesn't help, but you know how that goes. So I also bought a new tripod yesterday, and it looks like it needed a little more setup than I gave it time for this morning. I can't really decide if I have it. I haven't learned this one yet. It's a little heavier duty than my last one, which, like I told you before, was already a heavier duty than the ones in my studio, but I can't figure it out. So like this boom, I haven't figured out how to get it to stay solid, so it just slides, so it only sits at its gravity point, which is the lowest point. But the legs look really solid, and I'm happy with the fact that if it's windy at the beach, it should stay situated and shouldn't fall over, which is nice. Also, it has a handle, which is something I've never had on a tripod, and that might be handy. And it fit on the basket in my bike today, as long as I put my bag and my towel down first. That's something else I wanted to mention this morning. I got a lot of emails and comments this weekend with suggestions on how to carry business cards with me to the beach, and everybody to a T suggested that I add a pocket to my blanket, and I think that that is a wonderful idea. And immediately I thought of one of my favorite shows, the Outlander series, which is based on one of my favorite sets of books by Diana Gabaldon. And in that TV show, a lot of time I've seen over the seasons that Claire and other characters sew things they want to keep hidden inside their clothing. So I thought that that was a really great inspiration for what I'll end up doing with the blanket. But then I started thinking that in 80 Handmade Gifts, I made some super cute zipper pouches out of fabric. It's a sewing project. So I thought, as a quick fix, what I might do is take one of those zippered pouches and safety pin it to this bag so that I can take it off when I want to wash the blanket. I do wash the blanket pretty regularly. It's the dampness of the beach and the smells of the beach. They get a little ripe after a couple of weeks, and I definitely know when it's time to wash it. In fact, I washed it last night, which is why I didn't implement my idea yet, because I needed to wash it first. So I hope I make time today to get that set up. If not, it'll be very soon, because I think it's a great idea and a great way to look more professional when someone walks by. So thank you all for your suggestions. I love that. It's so pretty out here this morning. So my bike ride ended up being 20 minutes this morning, and I'm wondering if I start implementing that several days a week for the podcast, or every day, who knows. If that's 20 minutes each way, does that count as 40 minutes of exercise, or does it still just count as 2 separate 20-minute exercises? But surely it can't hurt as far as getting exercise back into my life. I'm hoping that works. I'd really like to see that happen. I see a lot of people ordered the shrug patterns as well as the layers pre-order ebooks for both Layers Crochet and Layers Knit this week, and I'm super excited about that. So thank you all. I'm so excited to share with you all of the patterns that are upcoming, and I'm really excited that in the way that I'm releasing it, I'll be able to release the patterns with the videos with each pattern as I go as well. Oh, that reminds me, somebody this weekend was upset that they couldn't find the Sporty Reflections scarf pattern on YouTube, and I ended up scrolling through and I discovered that I had 993 videos on my YouTube channel this weekend because I was trying to help this person who wanted to find the video for the free pattern and couldn't find it for the life of me. But the stitch pattern used in that pattern is also the stitch pattern used in the Fanatical crochet vest that I designed for the knit show with Vicki Howell a couple years ago. Was that a couple years ago? A year and a half maybe? So anyway, if you're watching, or the other people that talked with her that were looking for it as well, if you're watching, that video will give you the stitch pattern as well, and if I get when I get a chance later today, I'll embed that video into the pattern page. Hopefully that will help you, and I can always put it on the list of things, the list of requests for future videos too. Got a nice long list of requests from people, so it's wonderful that everybody has their requests, and I try to accommodate it as much as possible. Wish I was getting questions this morning. Boo! Maybe YouTube's punishing me for being 4 minutes late. No, I'm kidding. I was out of breath when I got here, though. I did really try. I knew it was going to be close. Too bad it doesn't work as an average, that if you're early so many times, 1 minute late, or, you know, anyway, it doesn't work that way. If you're late, you're late. Well, I think I'd be cold here this morning if I hadn't ridden my bike first, because I hadn't rode my bike first, because that definitely warmed up my body temperature for sure. It's windy, and I think I'd be complaining about the wind otherwise. Also, my skirt is super full this morning, and I was having technical issues of trying to get it out of the way of the spokes of the tires. Can you imagine what a disaster that would have been if I got stuck somewhere because my skirt was stuck in the wheel? Anyway, I'll have to tie it up more securely. I thought I was tucking. It's so full. I'll show you. It's so full. See how full this skirt is? It's ridiculously full. Definitely not a safe one for riding a bike. So it's so full that I could take the side of the hem and tuck it up in my bra and not expose my underwear. How's that for crazy? That's how much volume this skirt has. But that wasn't secure enough to keep it from getting in the wheels. So what I'm going to do this time is tie a big old knot in the front. And if that's not enough, I'll tie a second knot over here. I think I'm going to need 2 knots. Yeah, I'll do something like that for the ride home, and that will keep most of it out of the way. Yeah, so upcoming videos. The next one you're going to see is the knit tutorial for the stitch pattern for this shrug, and then hopefully I'll be able to get to the crochet mandala motif Afghan pattern and video this week, and then later this week, I think it's going to be Fridays, that I launch the knit and crochet patterns for Layers Knit and Layers Crochet. So I think that's going to be the structure I keep going forward, is launching those patterns on Fridays, and hopefully with a tutorial within a day or 2 of that. So that's the schedule that I'm going to try to keep as we're launching those books. And then from there, still working on Crochet Encyclopedia Volume 1 in the background. Still need to really visualize an inspired cover for that. I just don't have it yet. And you know what I say, if you can't come up with something, instead of beating yourself, put it on the back burner. Putting pressure on yourself when you're trying to be creative does not work, at least not for me. So I have to put it on the back burner, but keep it visual. It's like if you tuck it away in a box, you'll never think of it again. So I try to keep it open and visible, and that way, by seeing it all the time, even though I'm taking the pressure off by putting the project on the back burner, I can then get this gentle reminder that it's still there and still needs my love and attention, but no pressure. And hopefully I'll be at a red light or lathering up in the shower and I'll go, aha, I know now. I know what I need to do. I think I'm close. I feel like I've done so many attempts at the cover now that, and each one has been either a heck no or it's kind of close. I feel like I'm narrowing it down and I'm almost there, but I'm not quite there yet. So we shall see. You notice I took my nails off this weekend. I decided to take a break from the dip manicures for a while and let my nails breathe. And that was not easy to do at home. I had to soak my nails in acetone for almost an hour last night to get it off, and still have a little bit of residual on there, which just tells me it was time to do it because my nails feel very sensitive and I want to give them a break. So I'm going to put my face cream, the Be So Young face cream, on them for a while so that my nail beds soak up all the vitamins and nutrients and essential oils, all those healing properties in the mango butter and stuff. So I think that will help them heal and just give them a little break. So that makes me wonder, like, now what am I going to do for making my nails look professional for videos this week? I may end up having to put a little bit of a pale polish on them just to make them not noticeable, but we'll see. Always something to think about and figure out, right? And I know it seems minor, but I know that people will either be distracted by my videos or enjoy my videos based on that sort of thing. I should know at this point. Oh yeah, so anyway, I guess I'm gonna hit 1,000 videos this week on YouTube. And if we hadn't lost that week's worth of videos around my birthday, I guess we'd already be there. So, wow, how did I do that? I just don't even know. I mean, and that's 1,000 videos. So what's today's 9/94? There will be at least 6 videos that come out this week, so it will be by the end of this week. That's 1,000 videos of me with a tripod, with a front-facing camera, on my phone, with doing the recording and the talking and all the jobs all by myself, all the post-processing, all of it. There is nobody that helped me with a single video on there. So what an accomplishment. I did all of it all by myself. And how in the heck did I come up with the time to do 1,000 videos? It's kind of mind-boggling. It's one thing to think about 100-something or a couple hundred something. I mean, like, I think that my number of projects or patterns on Ravelry is in the 500 range now, give or take. And even that's mind-boggling. But 1,000 videos, I don't even know what to say about it. It's definitely mind-boggling to me, and all I can say is, here's to the next 1,000. I love having my own YouTube channel. I love having the production control of doing everything, and having the creative control with my books and my patterns and my videos. I love what I do so much. I hope it shows, and yeah, here's to the next 1,000 for sure. On that note, I think we're going to cut the podcast early today. It's just not the same without getting to talk to all of you. And besides, got a lot of work to do today. So let's take this last minute here, look out on our gorgeous view, soak in the sounds of those waves and the colors, and set our intentions for the day. I brought my gratitude journal and to-do list with me here this morning. I thought this would be a great place to get the ball rolling for Monday morning to set me off to a highly productive and gratitude-filled awesome week. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day to spend a few minutes here with me. I hope you enjoyed the sunrise, the sound of the waves, the beautiful scenery, our little bird friends chatting with me and everyone else here. I guess you're chatting with everyone else. You're not chatting with me today. Well, you are in your hearts. I know you are. Thanks, everybody. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Let us make time to create, share, inspire today and every day. Bye-bye.